Come on, YouTube, cooperate with me. Yes, all right, we're good. And technically a minute early. Well, clock just turned 7, so that actually worked out pretty darn well. So, greetings everyone. I am Dr. J, and it is that time of the week where I finally get to sit down, spend a little too much time with Pillars of Eternity. So, last week we made a plan as to what exactly our focus was going to be for this stream, which is mostly sorting through a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. So we're going to be digging around in the basement, we're going to be dealing with business over at Craghold Cliffs, we're going to be seeing to the last story quest, but what I think is the last story quest before Act 3. And if we have time, we'll see to the start of the White March DLC. But before we go anywhere, I noticed that everybody gets their own room in here, so let's go talk. I say as I'm finishing up dinner, either way. Cadnua is a marvel. An ugly, crumbling marvel, but even so, it's overshadowed by what it sits upon. But the keep itself can tell you much about the Adiran settlement. A very rigid people, I find. How are you holding up? All's well and clear skies ahead. Tell me about yourself.
What shall I tell? I am Kanarua, born in the royal city of Takoa, from which rules the Ranga Nui. There. That is a solemn enough start. I am a lore chanter in the college there. Or at least a student of lore and a chanter both.
With names like that, I'm wondering if I just started playing a Bionicle game. There's a reference that most people won't get. Do you have any family back in Rautaui? This is what I get for trying to have dinner right before stream. No. I have 5 older siblings, and my mother and father. My father is a coral mason, and favored by the Ranga Nui. It was he who engineered the Gate of Great Teeth. My 2 brothers have taken up my father's work, and my mother encouraged my sisters to sail. It leaves me free to pursue other things. There is a wealth of knowledge just within the walls of the college. And beyond it, more than I could learn in 10 lifetimes. Kana is best waifu. Okay, chat, you got me. And beyond it, more than I could learn in 10 lifetimes. But I can try all the same. What made you leave the college?
I was on the usual path at first. Theology, the traditions, when the Gate of Great Teeth was completed. It was all my father had hoped for, the greatest commission he had ever received. But it was also a sign that Rauatai was changing, looking inward. Meanwhile, I was neck-deep in the writing of a dozen nations, marveling at all the things that lay beyond our borders.
I decided my 3rd degree would be in history. That in studying the Ingwithans, I'd be studying all cultures at once. Kana shrugs his shoulder. I suppose I wanted to unifying truth. Like all those symbols and dig sites might be a message for me from the gods, written in a language I loved. Tell me about the lore chanters. My eldest brother thinks we spend our days in song, weaving wreaths from flowers, but the truth is far less exciting than that. The college preserves what knowledge our people have gathered. I would have it said that the lore chanters are Rauatai, I think I pronounced that right. But without them we would have no beginning, no sense of how far we've come. We would forget ourselves with every generation. Okay, so in your culture, they're effectively treated as the old tradition, then. Or at least the maintainers of it. Well, I'm only a student yet, but someday I'll return and tell the Keeper what I've learned, and she will add my verses to the chant. What is the Gate of Great Teeth? Much as it sounds, a maze of walls, like the teeth of some nautical terror. It sits outside the city and guards Takoa from invaders and storms. The storms have always been more trouble. Nuitanri, the angry titans, throwing themselves against Rautai's shores. Invaders, I'm not so sure about. But perhaps I'm like the man who, being dry, throws off his rain-cloak during a storm. So my mother would have me believe. What's a Ranga Nui? A king, our great king, ruler over all of Rauatai. He's led our people well, and he has treated my family very well. My father and he are great friends, as much as one can be friends with a king. Tell me about Rautai.
Ah, Rauatai. Shall I describe the pearl-white sands, the sapphire waters, the multi-hued tiles of the rooftops, like a mosaic upon the coast? Sorry.
You're not sorry. You are absolutely not sorry. Don't apologize. Was there something specific you wanted to know? Tell me about the kingdom in general. It's a long journey by ship to the north, past Ixamidal and across the sea. We have settled much of the Gulf and established more recent trading colonies all along the coast. We live as best as we can, like anyone else. Our land is plagued by storms, and so we stand together, whatever corner of Rauatai we hail from. Otherwise, we'd never survive. Tell me about the city you're from, Takoa.
Takoa is doubly famed, a royal city and home to the Coral Harbor. The Ranganui's palace is there, and we've a fleet of royal ships sitting outside the Gate of Great Teeth. Every so often, you'll hear the roar of a cannon being tested.
The finest ships in Rauatai and so the world are anchored there, and some of our brightest minds toil away at the artillery. My mother, for instance. Kana grins brightly. Myself, I have no talent with gunpowder. I don't know, I gave you an arquebus and you seem to be doing quite well with it. Takoa is also home to the Lore College, of course, and we get a great many people traveling long distances to speak with the Lore Keeper, or else hear the chants and peruse the books. At least, that is how it was when I was younger. Things were a little different when I left. How so? You might say that the winds are changing. The Bahari, they are traditionalists in a way. The Ranganui's son stands among their number. Talk at the dinner table has changed from how far a fleet Rauatai's ship might sail to how well defended our borders are. How far we have turned from the old ways. Then talk turns to borrowing Adiran and Valian merchant ships, and things were difficult when I left. There was much arguing among the elders. I trust the king has kept the peace, but I worry sometimes that things have taken a turn for the worst. You aren't a traditionalist? Oh, I'm a regular firebrand, if you ask the other chapters. I don't see why I can't appreciate our traditions and chart a better future, but so goes the debate. Tell me about the city you're from.
Takoa is doubly famed, a royal city and home to the Coral Harbor. The Ranganui's palace is there, and we've a fleet of royal ships sitting outside the Gate of Great Teeth. Every so often, you'll hear the roar of a cannon being tested.
Alright, here. Okay, so that's another way of going through this. It sounds like you miss home. Some parts of it. Those silver cliffs, the sea, those at least no one can change. The day I boarded the ship for Eder, the sunrise was gold upon the water, and I literally leapt overboard and swam for home. Takoa has a lot of this artillery? Rauatai has a lot of artillery. We've made great advances with explosives. One of our artillery masters advised on the Godhammer bomb during the Saints' War, actually. In Rauatai itself, our efforts are more modest. Bombards, cannons. We're having some luck with mortars. You might ask my sister if you ever visit Takoa. She captains the Ratuana. She knows far more than I do, and enjoys great fame for it. It may not be very traditional, but even the most strident demagogue won't touch the subject of artillery. They'd lose what support they gathered. Do only Almawa live there? Far from it. The Almawa arrived more recently, and form the greatest number, but others have joined us, so long as they call themselves subjects of the Ranganui. Some of my neighbors are Orlans, for instance. Fine people, though they care little for the sea. People here say that the coastal Almawa are a cruel people. Cruel in the same manner that Orans are fail and the Pale Elves graceful, yes? Almawa conquered Rauatai long ago, and drove their enemies from those lands in the doing of it. Today, the great kingdom of Rauatai holds humans, Orlans, elves, even island Almawa. Kana flashes a quick smile. What a campaign of conquest says about those responsible, you'll have to ask the Adirans. In any case, yes, the reputation persists. Good if you want fighting work. Less so if you would like to be a cook. Surely Valen ships are the finest. The grandest, sure. Houses on the water. Give me a sleek Rauatai ketch heavy with cannons and I'll still run circles around your Valen Carax. Fair enough. You're being hunted by the Leaden Key? It seems like we have that in common. It's all rather absurd, isn't it? I don't see what they mean to gain from it. How did this all begin? I ran into them at Edir, or rather they sought me out. In Edir there were many people who had observed the Ingwithan ruins in the Deerwood, and I spent some time conferring with experts. Oh, given their interest in the Ingwithan ruins as well, that would make sense. In the libraries, I found accounts of sites of Ixodable, and it was there I traveled next. But just before that, I found myself approached by a woman in dark robes, who bade me abandon my studies for my own safety. I ignored her, of course, but I began to have the sense after that of being followed. And after that, well, one ambush on the road I could call misfortune, but 3? You don't seem worried about this. They haven't had much luck. The last one came up on me at a dig site and slipped on a muddy beam. I tried to catch him, reflex I should think, but he went right over the side and down 100 feet. Don't worry, not COVID. I'm not really sure what he had in mind, but I doubt that was it. Who are these people? I thought it only fair to delve into their activities in turn. I found word of a leaden key, but past that it was all ravings and superstition. I might as well have gone around asking whether someone had ever seen a whale flying through the air. Some might well tell me yes, but the validity of their accounts is questionable. Do you know anything about this place? Fair enough. Looks like that's all that I can get from him, and I think... Yeah, didn't realize that everybody here got different rooms, so... I'll have to eventually ditch everybody to see what everybody has to say.
Need something?
Pelagina's eyes glimmer with a divine spark as she coolly appraises you. I was wondering about your order, the Brotherhood of the Five Sons. Pelagina nods softly. Back in the Republics, we called it the Fremas Suolias, the Five Sons of the Duke Bells, the great dukes who ruled over the most powerful republics, Spirento, Akenzi, Salona, Ozia, and Revua. The Duke Bells keep the republics moving forward, keep us at the forefront of trade and technology, keep us strong against our rivals. Now, what is my accent? Is it French or Scottish? We brothers are sworn to aid and protect them for the good of the republics and their citizens. You say brothers, but my breastplate bulges in the wrong spot? She cracks a small grin. I may look like a woman but sound like a woman, but according to the republic's law, I'm not. What they call godlike people like me, we can never bear children, so we can't be real women, for what that's worth. Most women in the republics, if they can bear children, it's like the sun is set on their lives. But what it was worth to me, freedom. The Brotherhood had a prohibition against women entering, but I was allowed. Many resented the decision, but I learned long ago not to care. How does that work? With 5 dukes they can't agree all the time. She throws her head back and laughs. Of course not. They argue endlessly in their Songreta Ducala. The Brotherhood is forbidden to take sides in their debates. Not that I'd want to. Of course my throat decides to get scratchy when I want to talk. I'd rather risk life and limb fighting the Republic's enemies than listen to the droning lectures of the Ducal Congress. Our loyalty is not to individual dukes, but to the dukes as a whole, to their collective will and resolutions. We follow the mandates of the Ducal Congress. The individual dukes direct us, but they have an understanding of how we are not to be used. What's so great about the Valen Republics? Long ago, the Grand Emperor of Valia thrived. As the Empire collapsed into the warring states of Old Valia, much of that old culture was lost. The Old Valians see grandeur in the acts of their forebears, and believe it elevates them. They are a tired people from a fading time. There was once beauty in the great cities of the Empire, but there are few alive today who ever saw it. The Valan Republics are a rebirth of Grand Valan culture. We are more than just that. White Old Valia was content to look ever backward. The Republics will shape the future. When did you become a brother? I joined the Order when I was very young, only 6. I did not pass my final examinations until I was 20. It's not something I ever expected to happen. Pirates attacked the town where my family lived. It was not uncommon when I was young. They were more of a nuisance than a real threat, but they were persistent enough that the Duke of Ozia saw fit to send the Fremas to deal with the threat. I was enamored with the idea of being one of them. I didn't even know what it meant to serve a country then. I didn't even really know what the republics were. I was just a little girl. But maybe I wanted to be them because I saw how people celebrated them. I saw how people thanked them for what they did. Most of all, I saw how they left. Left this place that felt like a prison to me. Interesting. So how did you wind up joining? My father resented me in my presence. When he learned that the Brotherhood accepted my kind because we are not considered women, he asked if I could be traded in exchange for taxes he owed on his land. The recruiter believed that having a godlike among the ranks would be prestigious, so he accepted in spite of my physical limitations. Why did your father resent you? Because I was born different, but more than that, because the birth hurt my mother. It left her unable to bear more children. She weakly shrugs her shoulders. It's why my father traded me to the Brotherhood. My mother, she was a different sort, kinder, more forgiving. She did not blame me for being what I was, but when my father looked at me, he saw his family life ended. He hated me for it. Were you an only child, I wonder? That's strange. Our lives are strange. There are other ways my father could have dealt with me. He could have killed me at birth. No one in the village would have thought less of him. She shrugs, the membranes of her eyes sliding out and back from beneath her eyelids. Being sold to the Brotherhood turned out to be the better alternative. How do people in the Valian Republics feel about the godlike? Like with anyone who's different, most people are curious or afraid. And if they're afraid, they get angry. They want to make sense of the world, and people like me can be confusing. And believe me, people are easily confused. Her tone becomes more serious as her voice and gaze drift off. After a long moment, she looks back to you. We all have to protect ourselves, no matter where we are. Being different means always looking over your shoulder, no matter what company you keep. You're one of the godlike, aren't you? She lets out a small laugh. That's what they call me, yes. I've never met a god, so I don't know what they're like. I can't say why everyone else presumes to understand why I was born this way. Where in the Valian Republics are you from? I was born in the fishing village near Biajepe. Her brow... I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, I mess pronunciations up a lot. I hope you get used to that. Her brow furrows, her golden eyes looking away as she searches for a lost memory. Can't remember the name. She wavers her feathered hand dismissively. I was only there for a few years. My best memory was leaving the place. Like all the other brothers, I grew up under the Ozian bastions. It wasn't easy, but I preferred it to gutting fish. Why are you concerned about Animancy and Defiance Bay? People look at the Republics as a nation of traders. We do engage in much commercial trade through Defiance Bay, but the greatest value we have found is not written on a ledger line. It's intellectual wealth, the ideas that we exchange. The Deerwood and the Valian Republics are the world's leaders in Animancy. If the Deerwood institutes prohibitions against research and practice of Animancy, it will have serious repercussions for the Valian Republics. Do you see Animancy as just something to be traded? I'm not a scientist, but I believe Animancy can benefit us all. There are so many questions to be answered about who we are, why I am the way I am. If we can answer them, maybe we can make life better for everyone. Don't you think there are dangers in Animancy? Of course it's dangerous, but we who live in the Eastern Reach, we are the children of pioneers. We sought out the danger. That is why all of the best research must happen in the New World. I'd like to know your opinion on something. Ask and you will know. How do you think things are going? You are like these dear Woodens, always with a fire in your stomach, looking to spit flames at anyone who gets in your way. There are times for fighting, but not all problems need to be solved with a sword. You spend a lot of time in the Deerwood. What do you make of it? It's not the Republic's, but the Deerwood is one of our closest allies. We trade more with the Deerwood than any other nation, and we have no greater ally in supporting Animancy research. Pelagina shakes her head slightly. Still, I do not understand the Deerwooden obsession with revenges and feuds, nor the widespread hatred of Orlans. The Orlans from Mir Glanfath fight for their homes and their culture as anyone would. They fight dirty, but I would too if all my enemies were twice my size. Do the Republics view the Adir Empire as a threat? We used to view the Empire as a threat. Since the revolution in Deerwood, the Republics have benefited from the shield that the Deerwood provides. It's another reason why I fear the fall of Defiance Bay. If the Deerwood is weak, Adir will surely test the Republic's dominance in the Eastern Reach. What do you know of Rauatai? They've done impressive things with cannon and artillery, and some of their ship designs are interesting, but they shout too loudly over minor accomplishments. She smiles softly. No one seriously questions that the Republics control all scene lanes in the Eastern Reach.
Hey there.
Alright, so now that I've run my voice ragged apparently, because apparently I'm not allowed to have a good voice tonight. I was just fine a couple hours ago. Oh well. Yeah well. It's just allergies before you ask, nothing too serious. So, now that we've seen to that, let's go digging around in the basement. So, who to bring along? Ken, I think, is an obvious choice given his interest in this sort of thing. And Animancy is the best. You can use souls of other you can use souls of other people to make fancy amulets and rings.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Well, that seems like it'd be a little... I don't know. There's a lot of ethical questions involved in that sort of thing, and I'm very curious to see how things will play out. Alright, so who do I leave behind? Unfortunately, I made Aloth my... Well, I made Aloth my lockpick. I could probably leave Sagani.
Farewell.
Yeah, we'll just trade Sagani out for Kanna. I think that'll be fine. Because I think I'll want to bring Sagani whenever I'm heading out, because I don't know exactly where she needs to go for her quest. So I think this arrangement should work. Alright, back down to level 7. Last time I was in here, I managed to see to the end of Kanna's quest. We found the tablet, as broken up as it was. And unfortunately, I tried to explore further down there, try and see how far I could get. But unfortunately for me, I ended up running into trouble just getting through all of it. And because of that, well, for whatever reason, it was just giving me so much trouble trying to beat that. So I figured, okay, we'll just come back to this another time, because that is the benefit of having all this stuff down in the basement. I can just come back to it when I've got a couple more levels and a bit more equipment under my belt. Besides, if I'm going to be triggering everybody within Defiance Bay, especially considering that I've technically been friendlier with the dozens than I have the Crucible Knights, although, given the differences between them, I'd prefer to stay neutral in that conflict. Although I don't know if I'll have a choice in that, we'll have to see. But, given the circumstances there, I suspect if I want to finish the sword blade of whatever is down here, I'm gonna have to see to that sooner rather than later. So I'd better find that sword hilt soon. So, I've explored pretty much everywhere in here. I haven't found everything that slots into everything, but I suspect what I need to carry on is over this way. Unfortunately, ran into a lot of trouble with this group last time. So before we do anything else, level up. Alrighty, let's put a little more into survival, and then... stealth isn't the most important thing. At least for you. Mechanics I don't think makes sense. Actually, athletics gives you second wind, even if it's not the most potent, so we'll do that. Oh, I can have another one of these. So what have we got? Bestows a burning effect on all allied weapons. Not the best thing for our group. 7 men onto the deck they went. Let's see. Allies in the area of effect gain a bonus to freeze and shock damage reductions, and a bonus to defense against the prone affliction. Okay, a bit situational. Generates a hazard field causing burn and slash damage to enemies in the AoE. And it's a foe AoE. Let's see, what's the last one? Increase the deflection of all allies. Well, increase the deflection of allies in the area of effect. I think I'm gonna go with this, because I don't have a lot of good AoE spells. Let's see. Do you also think that Chanters are roughly designed class? They have a lot of cool abilities like summoning beasts from myths, but they must repair their abilities too long, and the way they do this is so clumsy. I haven't spent enough time with my one... Well, don't feel like I've spent enough time with the one Chanter and... Well, actually with the Chanters? I don't know what to think of them, honestly. I've spent a decent amount of time with Kanna, and as both a frontline and a backline fighter, he is relatively decent. It does take a considerable amount... It does take quite a few turns in combat to break out the really good stuff, though. And it makes him really useful for larger battles, but...
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
I wish.
Sure.
Alright, so I think before we do anything else, I don't think I've actually changed up my party AI from using per rest abilities, and given what we're about to meander into, I think I'm going to want to keep them intact.
Hey.
Beware, traveler, greater souls than yours walk here. Yep, that was the warning I got last time. Keep your courage and your spirit for the light. Can I talk to you? Alright, fall back a little bit. Now rush them! Oh, great, Adair got dominated. Alrighty then, let's see what we can do. Alright, Durance, let's see if we can keep ourselves alive. Alright. Ooh, you've got level 5s now, let's see. Alright, what have I got you doing? Okay, you've got a knife out. Which probably means you're gonna die pretty quickly. Alright. Throw this back out for damage and healing. Actually, that's doing pretty well for us. Also, am I ever gonna be unfrozen? Who's attacking Aloth? Yeah, it doesn't look like Aloth's gonna survive for much longer. Let's see if we can at least pulverize one of these specters. Actually, if you're gonna be melee range. Okay, good, we've got a few summons. Alright, looks like Aloth and I are down. Yeah, maybe I'm still not ready to take this on. Well then, that's...
Boy needs to get his head out of books and into the fight.
Well... maybe I'm still not ready to go down here. Good lord. How do I deal with all that? Wow. That's a lot. Okay, let me think. How best to approach this? If I have... let's see, if I have my druid stand back with a bow and focus on...
Following your lead.
Problem is, I don't really have the luxury of being...
As you say.
Well, we'll give this 2 or 3 tries. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so suggesting that I go try and bait out in another room? Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Well, let's see who I can draw out then. Worst case scenario, I've got a bunch of things that I can... oh, I think I might have triggered a few too much. Let's see if Adair can last long enough. Adair, move. Ah, hell. That might have been too far away. Wait, Adair, why do you have that equipped? Come on. Actually, I should have been having spells be chanted. Well, spells be readied. Let's see. Alright, now you stand as a bulwark. Let's see. Alright, let's switch you to a crossbow, just to be sure that there's no problems there. And then, I guess we can have you go back to the Arquebus. Okay, good. We've got a few more skeletons to act as fodder. Ah, hell. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure that Adair survives. We're gonna need him as a bulwark. Let's see, what else can I do? Well, I can start calling down the thunder, start AoEing the bastards. Oh crap, he's already down. Did I just see immune? Ah, hell. Let's try a different kind of burn. Let's try a different kind of spell that. Oh dear.
There's something here that works.
I don't like what I just heard.
Hey there.
Okay, we got one bunch of them. Yep, having to play this like a proper CRPG, eh? The art
Yeah?
of cheese. The art of pure, unadulterated, bloody cheese. So, who all is left? Alright, let's draw them. And I'm stunned. Alright, we'll have to fight him out here. Let's see if we can. Knock him down. Let's see, if I'm not mistaken, this does damage. Ah, yeah. Do that. That looks fun. Oh wow, that requires you to get pretty close range. What else can you do?
Thoughts must float.
I better deal with those Adra animats or this is gonna be tricky.
There's something here that
Alright, where's... Alright, there he is. Okay, cool. Now. Let's try this. Hey Adair, you don't mind running into a hailstorm, right? That didn't even seem to do much. Did it do anything? Didn't look like it did. Let's see. Actually, 1 hit, 2 crit. Okay. Okay, ignore the blights. They're easy to deal with. Assuming they don't blow up in our face. Actually, you know what? Make sure that this one goes down just so that Aloth doesn't take any more damage. Okay, Aloth, that was overkill. And you know it. Alright, one animat down. Why do you need to get so close, Aloth? Alright, another group down. More! At least it seems like it's just a sole enemy, so move everybody out of the way just in case that area effect isn't to our liking.
Yeah?
That's not ominous at all. That's not ominous in the slightest. Oh, that's strange. I only was able to activate 2 of these, though. Did I miss something while wandering around? I mean, I could just send... Actually, Aloth's got pretty good perception. I could probably just have him wander around for a little bit. Let me just remind myself of which ones had activated, because... I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that stuff I found either further up in the dungeon or lower in the dungeon would find a way to show up later. Okay, so this one looks like it's been activated, given that I can't touch that one. I don't remember there being anything in here.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Canna, you're hilarious. Alright, this one doesn't look like it's been activated. Oh wait, this is the other one that's activated, isn't it?
You should see this.
Aha. Not quite what I was hunting for, but still nice. So, is there anything important in here then? Because I feel like something important is going to happen if I can somehow activate all 4 of them. But I've only found enough for 2 if I'm not mistaken. Kind of wish that having this extra perception bonus didn't require us to be in stealth, but at least fast mode exists. At least fast mode exists. Yeah, I haven't activated this one or the other one.
Yeah?
Wait, when did I get that? Hang on, do I actually have everything I need? When did I get that? Have I not been paying attention to my inventory? Maybe I haven't been. Where would I have gotten those? Unless they were on the bodies that I retrieved? I've gotten into a bit of a bad habit of not paying enough attention to what I loot off the corpses. Just focusing on it later. And now fire. Okay, so that's all 4 activated. So what now? I feel like that should cause some kind of effect. Or maybe it merely just deactivated a trap, perhaps? Well, let's check back over here. Maybe there'll be something interesting, well, something else interesting now that we've done that.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Strange. Well, I suppose we can keep heading downstairs. Also, while we're moving, I may as well just remove the per rest ability condition. There we go.
Yeah?
Alrighty. Well, I'm not sure what benefit that has, but maybe that'll affect something downstairs. I'll just have to keep my eyes open then. Actually, now that I think of it, surprised there hasn't been some other stairwell, because there have been checkpoints, well, effectively checkpoints at every second stairwell, well, at every second floor.
I wonder what this is.
Haven't seen anything like that yet.
Yeah?
Trap disarmed. I hear skeletons. I see skeletons. Failed to disarm, huh? Already running into stuff that Aloth is having trouble with, huh?
The work of a moment.
Although if there's skeletons this way, better deal with them now rather than later. Whoop, and triggered.
It's my mind.
Yeah?
Show him how it's done!
Alright, let's equip
Hey
equip the sword. Down they go.
Sure.
Okay. They likely came from somewhere, but before we investigate that, let's take a look in here. Oh look, tons of undead. Hey Durance, you're a priest. Do something annoying to them. Also, these guys are starting to hurt. How best to handle this? Oh, if they're gonna get that close to you. Oh, they've got a skeletal wizard. Take him out quickly.
Yeah?
There we go. Even if I die, at least we'll have that going for us. Vampire? What's that supposed to mean? I don't like the sound of that. Let's see. Let's bring the hammer down. Oh dear, I'm getting mauled here. Good lord.
Following your
Man, this vampire thing is rough. Better have a dare engage it, see if that helps at all.
Following your
Especially since there's only 2 of us up now. See if you can knock him down.
Leave it to me! Leave it to me!
Huh. At least the dare has that going for him. Paralyzed. Okay, yeah, I'm not winning this fight. That's bizarre. I never would have Huh. I'm gonna need something a little more... Yeah, I'm gonna need to be a little more careful on that one. Okay. Now that I know that that's back there, I suspect I may need some more of my big guns for that. So, with that in mind, my best option would probably be to investigate elsewhere for the moment. See where the rest of those skeletons came from. Huh. The paved stone's end. Another vampire. Okay, so let's be a little more careful with this one. Okay, Aloth. AoE the bastards. Actually, I have an idea. Okay, Aloth, and then fireball him again. Durin, step closer and use this. Alright, let's keep everyone alive. Or try to, anyway. Even if Aloth's about to die. Then again... Okay, that's annoying. Okay. These skeletal wizards are being a... Okay, these ranged enemies are being a problem. They're being a serious problem. Okay, we need them dealt with. Luckily... Okay, that's one down. Now take out the ranger. Ah, great. My spell's reached its... Alright, my spell's reached its limits. Alright. See if the weapon I've brought forth will be enough to help. What's the Grieving Mother doing? Well, if you're gonna be melee range, just swing for it. Ooh, that fire seemed to do something. Oh, it's me doing the damage. That's useful. Adair, how long are you gonna be playing with your food? Actually, I just realized this guy hasn't done a lot of damage to Durance yet. Alright, we actually dealt with him this time. Unfortunately, Aloth is out of per rest spells, so...
Sure.
I suppose then we've got an excuse to maybe get ourselves into a small tussle, but chat's saying that he has the solution. He or she, hard to tell. It's the internet, hard to tell. There's... It's a chest with a copper key. In the southwestern corridor. So southwestern corridor on level 7. So would that be this corridor or this one? Well, we'll go ahead and check both. Because actually, I remember opening all of the chests. So if there is that copper key, then I should have it by now, right? Old dungeon key. That's the most recent one I've got. And this Cribmaster's key I'm pretty sure came from level 5. So it should open something in the southeast. So maybe if I just have Aloth look around a little bit more, I might have enough perception to see it.
Keeping an eye out.
does look like there would be something over here, but I don't see where any particular entrance would reside. Unless maybe from looking around here, maybe? No, it didn't, but we've got a couple of tables. Southeastern, so on the southeast. Does look like there would be something here, just based on the layout, but that's curious. Well, give me a second to go turn the mess with the AC in my place, and then I'll be back in a sec. All right, that might add a little bit of background noise, but you know what? That's what the noise gate is for. The item is specifically named Old Copper Key. Old Copper Key. It's weird though. I'm pretty sure I've opened every chest in here, though, is the thing. Let's see. Some kind of chest. Not in there. I'm surprised just activating all 4 pillars didn't cause some kind of shift or camera or something that changed.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, let's check my stash more thoroughly. Dungeon, Crypt Master, Skull Key, Lighthouse Tower. That is bizarre. What am I missing? I didn't bug this out, did I? Bizarre. Specifically named Old Copper Key, huh? Wonder where... The only chest that I know about is... well, in... Unless they mean... Unless they're referring to this being the secret southeastern room. Ah, it's been so long, but... I'm wondering if I may have... If that was the only thing that needed to be solved on this place, I'm wondering if... Secret southeastern room. Wondering if that's technically what I found related to Canna's quest. Well, either way. I suppose for now, I'll let that sit in my diffuse memory for a while. See if I can think about it as we... Well, I'll let it sit there for a while and see if we can think of anything as we carry on forward. So, given the state that Aloth is in, I think I can manage one more battle before I'm in... before I'll have to rest. So, maybe... Oh, Adra Beetles? I can handle those. Kill! Okay, that's a lot of them. That might be a bit more problematic.
My mind.
Oh, jeez, especially if they're throwing out lightning like that. Oh, crap.
Ah, that more than raw! I'll teach you a...
Yeah, Adair, sweep up. Unfortunately, Aloth doesn't... Oh, wait, Aloth has some of his level 5s left. Let's see how these work. Jeez! Well, that was no ordinary anything.
Hey, mine. Starting to miss my... helpful?
Starting to miss your what? I just realized I had this heal that I probably should have brought out.
Faded.
Get up! Following your tail ends here!
Alright, it's about to switch over to that. Oh boy. Can you at least scratch one up?
Let's end this!
Alright, get your melees out.
Fight on, my friends! We're down. Let's end this!
Keep your distance just in case there's a shock. In case there's a shock.
Happened to our seeker.
Damn it.
I shall end this.
That didn't look like it was ending it. Ah! Well then. Okay, apparently I can't take on a few Adra beetles. I don't remember them being that deadly. Either that or I've just gotten very careless. Huh. What's more recent? My quick save. Okay. Wait, this autosave's more recent. Alright, I'll just go with that. Okay, I guess I'm resting then. That's okay. Such is marching my way through the basement, I suppose. Alright. Accuracy against vessels or damage reduction? You definitely take spirit extra damage. Actually, more damage to vessels. Canna, yeah, that probably makes most sense. Adair, I need you alive. Alright, that should work.
I'm sorry if I was a little tactless before, about your being a watcher. I didn't really understand what was involved. Is it hard, hearing the spirits all the time?
It can get a little overwhelming. Well, you needn't soften your words on my account, if it ever gets to be too much. We'll find the means to cure you, Alinar. You've my word on that.
Sure.
Alright. As before.
Hey.
Sup? Just for fun.
Hey there.
Alright, let's spirit shift. Make the most of it. Oh shoot, I don't want you running up. Not yet. Ah, hell. This brat. Knock her down. Or it. Well, she, it. Can you transform it? Oh wow, they took Aloth down fast! Okay, time to make this a little more serious. Well, at least the level 5 I casted seems to be doing its job. Alright, you better just switch to your dagger. Alright, you're bothering me.
Gotta be more careful.
Alright, all three of them surrounding, they should be able to take them. Should is the operative word, however. If only that weren't as Only that weren't a straight AoE. Okay, Adair, knock these two away. We need to... Okay. I need to focus on this guy. Alright, we're good. We're good.
I'll teach you.
I'm starting to see the merit of giving Aloth some more defensive spells.
Hey there.
I keep telling myself, oh, Aloth isn't going to be in the front. I don't need to give him extra deflection on his... on any of his spells. That'll be okay. And then this keeps happening, where he's the one with the lowest endurance and the reason why we have to rest.
They'll never know I'm here.
Pretty big chamber. It's like some sort of... not sure what this is. Oh, I know what those are, though. And now Durance is the one in front getting mauled. Great. Alright. There is a vampire among them, armed with a ranged weapon, of course. Yeah, some kind of wand. Okay, Grieving Mother, do not go that far out. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this method again. It seemed to work well for us. Whew, it's added a stunning effect too. I forgot about that part. Alright, let's go over here where it can be real useful. Excellent. Arcana, are you still in range? No. There's too many undead around you for that to be useful now. Okay. Take this one out so you can go back to AoE. Alright. You two focus on hurting this jerk. Let's see. Ooh, yes, hit him. You focus on just mauling. Well, that did some damage. Guess as you'd hope. Alright, Aloth, hit him again. Nice. Man, that level 5 is really useful.
Sure.
A bone pile. That's fun. Let's see. Oh. I'm just gonna blame the Unity engine on that one. Oh, this looks lovely. Another vampire. Rush him! Alright, Aloth, lead with a fireball. Alright, Durance. Equip your Arbalest. Well, and slam them down. Alright, they're starting to spread themselves out. Alright, Alinar's stunned. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Who's that then? Wait. Okay, Alinar's not at his own will right now, which is really freaking frustrating.
Bullseye.
Oh, I've never heard my character say that before. Alright, we don't have the ultimate murder spell. Also, you are taking way too many hits. Knock this guy away. Okay, switch me to Spirit Shift. And then Aloth can focus back on murder. Where's the... Huh. There's the vampire. Murder! Also, endurance. Alright, bring the hammer down. Also, someone needs to take that down. Wait, don't attack Hannah. Alright, we're good. Woo! There we go.
Sure.
I'm glad these aren't actual vampires. Or if they do, then at least I don't have to cast Greater Restoration after I deal with them. Good lord. That was always an annoying part of just having to remind myself, oh yeah, I had to use Greater Restoration, which means I have to give myself all my spells back.
Let's see what lies.
I do not miss those days. Okay, that's
What do you
definitely...
suppose that bally thing is?
Cannot disarm? Do I wish to
Hey there.
trigger?
Hey.
You know what? Screw it. Let's trigger it. Whoa! That was a hit. Good friend, huh? Let's see what this crossbow's got. Let's see, who on our team is using crossbows? So, the Breathing Mother. If I'm not mistaken, this is just a fine crossbow right now? Yeah. Okay, good friend compared to the fine crossbow. Okay, same damage. Plus 4 accuracy when attacking the same target as an ally, plus 25% damage when attacking the same target as an ally. Okay, so extra accuracy and damage. Grants holy power. Friendly aura, plus 3 might, plus 7 resolve for... that's actually a substantial period of time. And it's also got the fineage. Okay, yep, that is objectively better. Okay, we're good there. Also, please tell me I got a better shield at some point. Good. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
The heck? Oh, that must have been the after effect from the spell. Following a dare.
Laying low.
So that was a Sunlance spell. Wonder when I'll be able to learn something like that. Oh, this looks lovely. These ornate stone coffins are lined with Adra. Peculiar runes encircle the jeweled sphere at the center of the lid. More undead. I'm thinking
Yes.
Oh geez, I think this is a little more than I bargained for. I think this is a lot more than I bargained for. Oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap. Yeah, I'm not winning that fight without a rest. Where's my quick save? There's my quick save. Well, next question. In my currently damaged state, would I at least be able to take on those Adra beetles? Because I'd like to try and make the most of this rest, even if I am able to buy, at least at this point, a substantial number of camping supplies. Given that I'd have to trek all the way back over here. I think I can handle him this time. I guess we'll find out then. Oh, hello. Oh, just what I need. Spiff.
Yeah? Hey there. Ah. That war that...
Get 'em, boys. Fireball! Ow, that hurt. Alright, that should cause a... That should cause a stir. Holy crap, I just realized how low health everybody already is. Wait, did you just Did we just dominate one of the Adra beetles? Unfortunately, it's the low health one, so if we're lucky... Good! The Adra beetle is providing ample cover for us. There we go. This is what I expected to happen when I said I can take on a bunch of Adra beetles. This is what I expected to happen. Very useful, Canna. Very useful.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Hello? Anything else? I hear more skeletons. Is that some kind of Adra sculpture over here? This looks massive. Thick copper veins run beneath the Adra surface, providing a skeletal frame.
Sure.
Oh, I don't like this. That protrudes like bone from rotting flesh. I don't like this!
Hey there.
They didn't attack me on sight.
Nice
That
and
has me
quiet.
nervous. Skeletal rogue. I can take a few stray skeletons. Ah, suckers! Why do you always go for Aloth? Shove. There we go. Now we're good. I think we're resting next chance we get.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Yeah? Hey there.
Alright, now. I get the feeling our main objective is
Sure.
on that giant Adra hand.
Hello? Hello?
Huh, fair amount of copper. Wait, isn't this the room that... No, this isn't the room that absolutely mauled me. It's
What do
probably...
you suppose that bally thing is?
I'm surprised we didn't accidentally step on those. Luckily, Aloth can disarm them. This time, anyway. I'm tempted to to purchase an adventurer that I just use as a trap bot. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Bad me. Bad
The
me.
work of a moment.
Oh, that looks fun. Let's see if we can take him anyway. Of course, Aloth went down immediately. Yeah, I don't expect to win this anymore. Alright, good. At least got this going for us. Even if we're about to lose our back line. I guess this is the moment where I say, okay, I guess it's over.
For real.
Hey there.
Well, Grieving Mother's not gonna live. Yeah, you guys aren't living through this. Can you at least give them hell before you go down? Oh, the vampire's with you. Oh, that would explain the poor situation. And why we're about to get mauled. Well, at this point, my best hope is to just AoE the bastards until everybody falls over. Oh wait, it worked actually. Or at least it seemed to.
Hey. Following your lead. We're down on one.
You're not.
We're down.
Ow. Okay. I've got my fire weapon ready.
Start enemy.
let's start putting all sorts of deleterious effects down. Hope it's enough. Let's reapply this.
More than
Roll attack.
Yeah?
Boom! Alright, but now I do have to rest, otherwise the next fight will literally kill Aloth. Alrighty. Slow but incremental progress.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I... weird, it switched me to the bow when I got dominated. Actually, you know what? Since they were full health, I get the feeling there's something important over this way. Let's go get ourselves into trouble. Yeah, the Dargles aren't attacking us immediately. There is absolutely something important here. Alright, I guess I'll be the first one to step out and risk it. Oh, joy! That looks like a throne. At the center of this massive Adra structure, beneath the long shadow of the Titan's curled fingers, stirs what appears to be a man, while sits what appears to be a man. Unlike the slavering, animalistic creatures you have encountered on this floor, this man is regally composed, lounging upon a crooked stone throne. Yet his gaze has a piercing, feverish quality. He watches you intently as you approach. What are you, then? One of theirs? Strange that you survived the planning stages. He speaks in fluid Ingwithan, you note, though his voice is taut with strain. It must have been hard for them, those beggars, those cowards, but you won't go any further. No. You can go right on back to them, your masters. Let them feast on you instead. I don't mean you harm. I merely seek information about the master below. Ah, you can understand him? Ask him everything. What an opportunity. The man looks startled. He gives a short laugh. You understand. Look here. Even the foreigners speak our tongue now. Truly we are an immortal people. But that makes it all the more clear, you see. You must be with them. How have they kept you so whole? You are remarkably well preserved. His eyes narrow. Attempt to pass and you will go screaming back into the void, puppet. Who are you? Lord and master of this place. He raps his knuckles on the throne. I should ask you the same. By all rights you're trespassing. But then our great father is long gone. Perhaps he won't mind. You're in Gwithin. How is it you're still alive? Oh, no. We do not share information with our enemies. Go and ask the others. See if they recall. If they remember who it was that sustained us all these years. I'm searching for the master below. I see your own masters have grown superstitious. Master below indeed. How easily they turn from old loyalties. To think Odnua trusted their like. I won't waste another word on their messenger, even if it's quite nice to speak again. No, go away. I've had enough. This will save me for another 100 years. I need to reach the lower floors. No, not while they live. The man leans forward, hand gripping the arms of his throne. Those wretched, pathetic animals. Greedy savages, the lot of them. Do you know, I think some of them have started eating one another. No, I won't waste the Adra on them. Not on them. It's mine. Who deserves it more? There is little enough for myself. I will not share. Do you hear me? You can all rot. Take a great leap into the afterlife 2,000 years too late. What is this about Adra? The Adra will do you no good. You can no more make use of it than they can. Only I recall the rites, the spell work. If they were only more clever, perhaps they'd have learned it themselves. Too late now. Too late by far. Better to put them down like the carrion feeders they are. I'll let you pass then. I'll even answer your foolish little questions. Only let me be rid of these pests. I'll do it. No idle promises now. Do this for me and you can go where you please. I'll have what I want. Huh. I am very curious now, because maybe he is maybe he is a vampire in the sense that I understand.
They'll never know I'm here.
I did not expect that. I get the feeling I may end up having to fight him anyway, but you know what? Okay, that looks like it's casting a spell. Interrupt him. Oh geez, Kanna's already... Wow, that was fast. I don't think that was a problem with having his head in the books. I think that was just a problem of, holy crap, what the hell just hit us?
I have something here that works.
Wait. Oh shoot, Grieving Mother's about to go down. Okay, shatter the attribute nearest to you. This way we can hopefully keep Aloth alive.
Damn it. We got...
Not even slowing it down!
Man, I did not play this right. Not at all.
Levaru beyond seek.
There. That should buy you a chance to get up to this attribute and take it out the rest of the way.
Just get quiet.
Alright, that ended poorly. Let's see if Adair can take him down. Oh, nice. I should give you a better sword if I can find one. There we go. And of course, Adair's the last one standing. I need to get him a better sword. Alright, item type. Let's see, what have I got him? Ah, the Whispers of Yenwood. So, it's a decent sword, but I'll have to dig around, see if I can... Actually, if I can find the damage... I can find the last bit of the... If I can find the hilt of the sword I found a while back. Ooh, is this... Oh, excellent! Excellent.
Sure.
Okay, I've got a waypoint. Good. Very
Nice and quiet. Show him how it's done.
good. Okay, now... Fireball! I did not think this far through, did I? Alright, if you're gonna get melee range, let's give him something to look at.
Ogren's fire! Your
Alright. So this is the vampire.
More than raw.
I wish you no harm.
Unfortunately, they wish you harm. Alright, now that we've got the lightning coming down again. Honestly, it looks like that lightning spell that I've got on my main character is something I should just pull out the moment a fight starts. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Hey there.
Laying low.
Oh, this looks interesting.
Hello.
I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Oh, another one of these. The runes and engravings upon this familiar sheen are unnaturally well preserved. The machine itself remains inert and lifeless. Why do I get... So, I guess this is what the creature over there, well, the Ingwithan over there wants. At least that would be my assumption. Wait, when did I get some camp... Wait, I got some camping supplies off of them? I can spend even more time in the basement? Yeah.
Hey.
Alright. If I'm gonna win this one, I'm gonna need to have someone run interference.
Brave Alphilot.
Okay. I think it's time to activate... Okay, I think it's time to let us use per rest abilities. Alof? No holds bloody bar.
Sure.
Okay, this is gross overkill. Although I say that while also looking at how low health Durance is. Come and get me, boys! Oh dear, I'm about to take a lot of damage, aren't I?
Don't let this go unavenged.
Sure.
Come on, you know you want to fight me.
More than wrong.
Come on, you know you want to fight me. You know you want to have some fun. Where am I? I must have been focused on spell slinging. Get him!
More than wrong.
Oh, and of course I get taken over. Why do they always go to the bow? I do not understand why they always switch to the
Show
bow.
'em how it's done.
Hey there.
Why hasn't he switched off of a bow? I guess this isn't Knights of the Old Republic where they switch to melee weapons. Because that would be too smart. Not that I'm complaining. These fights have been, well, they've been tough sometimes. So I guess I can't really complain, can I? Alright, it looks like this is all that can be reasonably explored. And it looks like if I want to go any further down, I'm going to have to negotiate. So, the question is, now that I have fully investigated here, I don't know how I want to respond to this. Do I want to be... Well, actually, I feel like the knowledge that Ingwithan carries is more valuable than the experience I would gain from fighting him. At least long term. So, given that, we'll quick save before trotting down there.
Hey there.
Well, the man regards you eagerly. It is done. I heard a commotion. It's done. The vampire are dead. Ha! Good. Very good. He touches a hand to his mouth, brows knitting, and then laughs. Yes, it's all mine now. No more of their screaming. No need for any more pointless demonstrations of power. Go on then. Go barreling down into the deep if you like. If the beetles don't make a quick end of you. I had some questions first. Yes, I said you could have some answers. What is it? Who are you? Did you want a name? I forgot those ages ago. Who's going to call me anything down here? There's me, and now there's just you. That's all that matters. I was entrusted with the tests we provide here. The foremost, he taps his temple, mind of the age. The foremost mind of the age. None could rival me for arcane power save Odd Nuak himself, and perhaps some of his advisors. Who was this? What was this place? Oh, many things. Our home once, and before that a place of great deeds. Those foul chambers in there were once the site of incredible discoveries. We were given the bulk of this floor. There was construction at all hours, of course. He gestures toward the Adra arm, where all our work was, of course, for our newest purposes. Think on it. A dozen sculptors carefully crafting a fingernail, souls flung from their shelves on the floor above and below, and all the while Idros fusses over a cuticle. What kind of experiments were you doing? Why, we were preoccupied with the matters of the soul. All of us were, because Ardnua was. But here we toiled to find the dividing line between life and death, and crack it wide open. We were attempting to find a means to binding souls to their mortal vessels, preventing them from crossing the shroud. I say attempting. We found it, of course. A dozen minds set to purpose, how could we not? The things we learned. What a glorious time. We could determine the precise matter in which a soul would crack and shatter. Could carefully place a fragment from one into another. While our fellows wasted their efforts on phenomena like blights, we delved right into the heart of the matter. There were certain gaps in our knowledge, of course. I was perhaps enthusiastic in my pursuits. I thought that if anyone should attempt a more personal approach to the test, it should be me. And no amount of certainty will make the imbibing of poison a pleasant experience. Death is the ultimate test, you see. If the soul is flown, then you know you've failed. Your work sounds similar to animancy. Like what? Perhaps others follow in our steps. I have not had the opportunity to keep up with the state of magical study. How have you stayed alive all this time? The big question. Binding a soul to its body was not, it turned out, very difficult. We were certain we'd found a kind of immortality. The body could be destroyed beyond our repair, but anything less is quite survivable. I was eager to attempt it. My legs at the time pained me terribly. Old war room. And I had heard one subject describe a sense of distance from the pain inflicted upon them. They felt it, but it didn't matter to them, which would be a vast improvement. I remember the first moment, the relief. Where we found that after some time the body would remember that it was, after all, dead. There's really no describing what it feels like, to see your own fingers rotting away. The smell. We tried to revive the affected subjects with energy culled from their fellows, and it worked well enough. I was able to refine the spell work, keep myself and the others who had joined me as hale as ever. Ardnua wasn't terribly pleased with the distraction, but that turned out not to matter. The mob came and murdered him, and we were sealed in here with the rest of his tools. But we still had the Adra, you see, and enough souls housed in there to feed us for, well, as long as we wished. And so, he grins. We had a time of it, we did. We were able to preserve the furniture over the years. We had little meetings in the Grand Chamber. What a nice little family we were. Until it had to end. His grin fades. Ugh. I'm not sure I like this guy. What happened here? Here? You mean with them? The Adra? All of it? That's a long tale, and my patience has diminished with time. I'll tell you what's happened recently. It was the Adra beetles. You wouldn't think it was something so small, so mundane, but they came swarming up from the lower reaches and started to feed upon the live Adra. I thought Adra beetles only fed on dead Adra. Just so. They never troubled us before. Still, it happened. We tried to fight them off, of course, but it was impossible. Kill one and two more are behind it. Something must have driven them up here. I don't know what. They all but amputated our Adra limb. Not enough to support all of us. Not us in the rooms, the tapestry, everything. But enough for me. None of the others knew the spells required. Their only part in it was simply to lie in their Adra coffins and be revived. By me. So it was but an obvious choice, wasn't it? No more of that, no more of anything. I swore I'd burn them all to kindling if they came near. Fortunately, you made that unnecessary. How could you do that to your companions? You're soft-hearted considering it was you who put an end to their immortality. They weren't anyone's friends. They would have licked the brains out of your cracked skull if they could. There wasn't enough life to go around. That's all it was. And 2,000 years is more than long enough to get to know someone. Think on it this way. You've sent them on their way, and they will live again in time. Isn't that a comfort? I'm looking for the master below. Do you know who that is? None of us took such grand titles. The only master of this would be Nua, our king. Our poor, grief-maddened king. Would he call himself such, I wonder? Nua is dead. The mob would not have retreated without having killed him. But then, if we could preserve ourselves despite our deaths, then so perhaps could he. I am sure I considered the possibility once, when it had all come crashing down. If any man would prolong him, it would be him. If any man would prolong himself, it would be him. I wonder, was it he who drove the Adra beetles up here from below? Who stole our Adra source? Does he mourn his son yet, the mewling fool, that he should resent our feeding upon his statue? A possibility. He regards you with sun and calm. After all this time, it wouldn't surprise me. Can you tell me about Nua? A great lord, a wise man in his day, until his son was lost. An accident, some small unfortunate turn of fate. You have come but a little way past the sealed chambers. You must know by now that Nua did not take it well. This monument to his grief has outlasted him. But his madness provided opportunity, a promise of immortality for all of us. If it was found at the behest of a grieving father, what did it matter? He had a flock of devoted servants. For we had to find the soul in question, to bring it back from wherever it had gone to house it somewhere suitable. He indicates the statue, and such discoveries have costs, something the rabble didn't understand. I have no more questions. Very well. Good to stretch the vocal cords, I have to say. What's the context for this? Voracious little devils. They're what caused this whole mess. You can kill one easily enough, but there's a great swarm of them chewing through the Adra. My Adra. There's only the arm now. In any case, they'll tear you apart just as easily as they do the crystals. More easily. I'll be going then. Give my regards to the dead when you see them. There's always something, isn't there? But if we are allowed further into the depths, then further into the depths we shall go. I do have one more camping supply. Oh hell, Adra beetle. I guess I'm gonna have to use it then, because I can't fight right now. Shouldn't need... Alright, that should be fine. Hireling payday, huh? Anything else to worry about? Nope. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to resolve that soon. Well. Adra beetles. Oh right, I've got per rest turned on. Yeah, I don't need to go that all out. I'll go all out on my own terms now. Against 3 Adra beetles, it's not worth burning that much stuff.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Ow.
Following your fortune.
There we go. Nice. That wasn't so hard.
Sure.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
It's typically you, Kanna. So, there we are. Alright, let's see how far we can get before we need to head back upstairs. Then we can resolve the matter with the Dominel thugs, and if we've got time, we can go to the Craghold Bluffs, see what awaits us there. The Adra has turned a dull shade of crimson. Entire sections of it have crumbled away from the walls and ceiling. By the sounds of it, from that... I don't like the sound of that. Those things gave me a lot of trouble. I'm pretty sure I know what caused that laughter, and I don't like it.
Hey there.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is... I guarantee that stepping on that's gonna cause damage. Yep.
Sure.
Okay. I get the feeling that there's a way to disarm that, but I don't want to risk it yet. I think at this point I'm just gonna focus on clearing out some of the monsters. I'll figure out what I'm doing about traps like that another time. Swamp slime. You're not worth spells. Also, what are you doing? Get your arbalest back out. More bone piles filled with leaves.
I shall be quiet as a...
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah?
It's beyond your ability? Huh. Looks like I can't go any further then unless I'm willing to risk the trap. Okay then. Who stands the best chance?
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Ah, that hurts a lot.
Hey there.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
I'll see what I can do. I'll have it in no time. I'll see what I can do.
Do it.
Yeah?
Alright, let them get their endurance back. God, these sting.
Sure.
I just realized I could end up in a situation where I can't get back.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
This looks like a torture chamber. Okay, per rest spells, now. And I'm already down.
Following your lead.
Hopefully you can survive long enough for there.
Still.
Get in there. I hope you're doing something useful. Alright, this one's almost down. And of course that Spectre's going after Raloth. Take it out. Alright, that's one down. Two down. Okay, we'll get through this fight.
I wish you...
Excellent. Oh, that's why we had converted the Spectre in our favor for a little bit. Well, that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
His skull is thrown back in a grimace of agony. Yeah, this looks like a torture chamber of some kind. What are these, Iron Maidens? Racks? Ugh.
I'll have it in no time.
Of course. Alright, Alot's mechanics are... Ah,
If
jeez.
secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of endurance health left on my main character, so
Let's see what lies this way.
I'm surprised my main character didn't take any damage. But given that, it looks like I need to get looks like I need to get something up a little further just to be on the safe side. Okay, in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to head back upstairs. We're going to resolve matters there. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and go on that side quest. Not sure who we want to bring along, but still. Oh, it looks like I was taking damage, it just wasn't registering. Yeah, good thing I didn't get into another scuffle. That would have ended very badly then. Okay. So no going any further without either ample supplies or better mechanic skill. Starting to wonder if it would be a good idea to hire an adventurer explicitly for the purpose of having high mechanics. I'll have to mull over that, but that... Well, actually, I've got... Do I have CRPG levels of... I have CRPG levels of copper. I've got no excuse not to.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Alright, we'll rest up here. Also, wasn't I building something? What's being worked on right now? Nothing? Oh, there it is. Finished in 23 hours. Oh, right, I was working on the walls, trying to improve defense. Yeah, that's why it's taking a while. Should have seen that coming. Still, we'll rest. Actually, wait, since I swapped Kana out for Sagani, she's bound to have some interesting conversation. Let's see. Huh. +2 mechanics isn't enough for our purposes, but yeah, well. So Sagani took this room, huh? Alright, I've gone through all those conversations then. So, given that, we'll go ahead and deal with the Dominel thugs. Actually, I can probably just... Oh, wow. I cut it down to... I came a little close to... down to the wire on that, didn't I? Well, I could get away with it, but still. Not a problem in the slightest. Alrighty then.
Sure.
It seems your fame is spreading. I have heard travelers speaking of your accomplishments in Defiance Bay.
If you'll forgive me for saying so, it's a relief to find the keep in the command of someone more connected to the world. It's so easy to let things fall by the wayside. Alrighty, there we are. Looks like we did lose someone, but easy enough to replace. There we are. Alright. Now, onward to the Crag Old Bluffs. Looks like I'll only be able to deal with one side quest. I didn't expect to be down in the basement for that long, but then again, given how much is down in the basement, I shouldn't be surprised by that.
Keeps coming along nicely.
Indeed it is. So, I should be given the option to shift, well, change up my party before I leave. So, who do I want to leave behind, then? I think I'll leave behind Durance.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Although... yeah, I'm okay with this. I want to keep Adair along because he's fun to have. Craghold Bluffs. Now, real quick, let me remind myself of what can be found there. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, can I at least...
Your mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
I had questions for you. Let your mind speak for you. I shall listen past the words. You addressed me as a Watcher when we met. Do you know what a Watcher is? There is a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen.
The title came unbidden. I do not know why I spoke of it. Yet it seemed the right mantle, a familiar one.
Yet I do not know from where it came. If I have given offense... Oddly enough, it feels like she is not speaking to you. It feels like she's speaking to an audience. The air takes on a curious edge, a chill which persists for a sharp moment, then fades into dull fear. If I have given offense, forgive me. Forgive me. You would know more than I. Have you encountered Watchers before? I do not know. It is an old feeling. I do not know where it stems from. It was a word that arose when you saw me. It is said Watchers see much that others do not, and I have been hidden from the eyes of others for some time. Let me ask you about something else. How is it no one can see you?
Their eyes see, but their minds will not remember past the call.
A call?
My face is like the call of a newborn, hiding the face beneath. And for my body, I am able to wrap myself as a mother cradling her child. I am here, as you see me, but to them, their eyes see only the cloak that I wear, a peasant mother, dirty, shabby, not worth knowing. As a Watcher, you see more than others. To the eyes of most, I am as unseen as the spirits you share memories with.
How are you able to affect minds? I divert the flow of their senses down a different path, to a place easily forgotten. It is not unwelcome when one does not desire the presence of others. The surface of their minds register a figure, but the memory slips away. They see a woman, but there is no desire for conversation, no desire for any questions, and I have none to ask. When we first met, how was I able to enter your dream?
I do not know. What do you speak of? If you were in my thoughts, I could not feel your presence, nor do I know what you saw there.
As she speaks, you suddenly feel an odd sensation in your mind, as if walking in her thoughts would be as if walking down a back street of merchant stalls, the claustrophobia of wooden shelves and canvas tarps made less oppressive by the sheer number of enticing vials and bottles that stretch out to the side of you. You suddenly realize that whether she permits it or not, you could enter her dream, and observe it without her ever knowing. And in response your hand twitches. There is the feeling that you could simply pick up a vial, taste it, sample it, and keep the memory as your own. And suddenly you find yourself back in her, your present thoughts, though you were away for but a moment. She seems unaware of your diversions of thought. It may be one of your gifts, an ability to walk in memories as easily as someone walks upon the ground. Perhaps you'd like to hear of what I saw in your memories. A mixture of curiosity and fear wells up before you. She raises her left hand, then chiming at her wrists, quelling the rise within her. She is frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
The dream, the memory I saw upon meeting you. It was you, helping give birth to a child. There is silence, and as your breath falls still, you hear the faint cry of a child in the distance. A newborn child, almost exactly like what you heard in the dream. As you listen, the grieving mother raises both her hands, as if weaving, her wrists chiming as she does so. in a semblance of the gentle turning she provided while the newborn was crowning. To your surprise, you recognize the motions and the words from the memory, even as they are new to you. As she weaves her hands through the air in front of her, the child's cries grow still, yet the sound of the chimes weaves almost hypnotically on your thoughts. The skies seem sharp and clear, and you feel as if you are towering over your surroundings, as if kneeling atop a great pillar, just as she did in the memory. To your surprise, the grieving mother falls as if her strings were cut, and her knees crack hard against the ground. Her hands never cease moving in the air, the chimes echoing her movements. In a ragged voice, you hear her speak. The voice is that of a much older woman than the one before you. Harsh, almost desperate.
Tell me what you saw. Show me what you saw. Where were you?
It was in the middle of a forest, atop a great plateau. The sky was clear, mist blanketing the trees. As she kneels before you on the ground, she whispers to you, hoarsely and even fainter with the distance between you.
The stone of the plateau. Its color. Tell me its color.
It was silver adra, its surface warmed by the sun. As you watch her hands rise before her, she clasps them, then cups them, as if feeling them for the first time, and she stares down into the cradle of her hands, and the chimes sound once, twice, as they swing with the movement.
And what did these hands hold?
A newborn child. There's a sudden intake of breath, and then a release. Her eyes blur closed, forming into slits, but in the brief glimpses you have of her changing expression, the rippling pain in her features seem to have smoothed. She swallows once, twice, and then you feel her once again in your thoughts, the rasping husk of her voice swallowed and drawn within her.
It was the birthing bell you saw. Has it been so long? Have I forgotten so much?
There is surprise, followed by a rising horror swirling beneath the words. With those words come a river of impulses, thoughts, as if loosed from a breaking dam. And as your mind wraps the impulses into words, you realize it is her muscles and her hardened thoughts relaxing and breathing again. There is such an intensity you almost want to step back from the flow, but you find the wave of impulses cause questions to float to the surface. Among them is the name. Among them is a name. Watcher. What is the birthing bell?
It is a plateau formed of the spirit stone Audra. At its top is set a great bell, cradled in the reaching arm of the plateau. It stirs in the wind, and it sounds for leagues when struck by kith hands. In distant times, the great bell served as a Glanfathan watchtower, perhaps. Why they abandoned it, I do not know. Other men came in time, settlers, and claimed the tower as their own. I, in turn, claimed it from them. The pillar became a cradle where I could draw new souls into the world.
In your memory, were you helping a woman give birth?
Yes. Yet, I believe you only saw a small part of the birthing ritual. It is not all in a moment, nor in a day. It is a journey of many years between the child, the mother, and I.
There was much I could do to aid the mother. Some sought the physical comforts of ritual to steady their thoughts, even Audra from the bell. Others would seek advice, words of counsel for the days ahead. I was able to provide draughts, tinctures, and a reading of the child's spirit, all to strengthen the mother. Can you tell me about the birthing ritual?
The ritual was one of many steps. It took many tens of years to carve them, but always the child's thoughts were there to guide me, from the moment it began to awaken, to the 3 seasons within the mother, to the birthing day, and the years to follow. The child's thoughts, that is where it began.
Many tens of years? How's that work?
The expectant mother, I could often sense her thoughts, and those of her child, before she could. I would soothe her, free her from the panic of questions. I would sound the memory of the birthing bell atop the plateau in her mind, letting the memory of the vibrations fill my thoughts and hers. Often, the child's soul could hear it too, so the sound of the bell echoed in the mother's thoughts.
You sense the mother's thoughts? Sharing memories and thoughts can bond lives together, as can hardships, and most of all, the sharing of what is familiar. The bell itself provides shelter for such thoughts, opportunities to see deep into the crevice, hollows in the rock where one could find shelter, clefts where you could feel the Adra all around you. As she speaks, you feel your legs bent, crossed, and the warmth of walls around you, and blankets woven thick beneath you. Such shared images can bond on souls even tighter and allow them to draw strength from each other. You mentioned the ritual lasted years. What would happen after the birth? Once the pain is channeled away and the mother and child breathe again, I sound the birthing bells on my wrist and allow the mother to hear the child's thoughts, the ringing echoing in each other's thoughts. The bells open the way between them, let her feelings pass into the newborn, and let her feel the child in return. And when the feelings meet, that is when I weave another memory and leave it tied in their minds. Did these bells play an important role in the birthing process? Yes, and for years after. I gave a set to the child after delivery. It is a reminder of the memory the mother and child shared. You feel an odd sensation, a warmth, and you can feel a smile being shared. Then it flickers and is gone. As the bells coax the child forth, so they accompany the child onwards, fastened about their wrists, to care for him in mind and body. There is no magic in it except the magic of practicality. If a child sought to leave their cradles or escape their cribs, the mother could know through the warning of the chimes alone. At times, if the bond was strong, so would I. The sensation of a smile comes again, slower, more knowing between you. If not watched, much trouble may be had from tiny hands. The chimes are kept until the child needs them no longer. When I no longer can hear them sounding in my mind, I know their spirit has changed, and the bonds we shared are long gone. This shedding may last many years, or but a few, but it is necessary. You watched over these children for years after their births? Children are fragile things. Even the ties of blood and mind may not be enough. They must be watched, and even then the body may fail the mind. But if watched, even the most sickly child may cling to life if determined enough, and many of their souls were tied to me. If a child's spirit failed, I could sound the chimes in their mind and grant them strength even from afar. It did not always serve, but it gave them hope. It sounds like you've seen tragedy, too. Enough to never wish to feel it again. In the times before the bell, children who died were cast upon the waters of the lake beyond the bell. Sometimes while alive, if their pasts and futures were deemed weak. It was a different time. Children were treated carelessly. Those times are past. Why would you give telling of a child's spirit?
Many would come seeking their child's future, or a reading into the child's past, the lives its soul is said to have lived.
There is a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision, as if she can't bear to be seen, and there is a spike of fear, alarm.
Such things are not mine to see. I meant no offense.
You're frightened. Something about Watchers. As the thought of Watchers crosses your mind, you feel a sharp pain, stabbing, and the sudden burn of lashes across your back and shoulder. And then it is gone, and you feel the grieving mother before you, silent, almost fearful, wary.
I was something else, but because the title Watcher was cast on me, the word carried a weight I had neither earned nor deserved. The world seems filled with such titles. They distract, I think, from the actions of the person, from their strengths.
Why did they believe you were a Watcher?
The world has many corners, and in some corners the name Watcher is more known. It is an easier title than others, and at times it is easier to wear. Placing a title upon what is unknown can dispel the fear of it, and I did not fight it. I even believed it true, though I knew little of the ways of Watchers. It even granted me strength. I was able to see the thoughts of others, shape them, and help guide souls. Watcher seemed enough, and the name seemed to matter little in the light of one's acts.
But if they came to you to read their child's souls, what did you tell them?
I drew upon the present. I felt the soul of the mother before me, and used that to tell the child's path, to give it a voice. If only the thoughts of the mother and the emotions that lie beneath were mine to impart. I did, and so I used that as the telling of their child's future.
And what if the mother's emotions were painful, hurtful?
One must guard oneself when drawing upon the thoughts of another. The pain of a mother's rage and disdain. It can be a powerful poison.
You sound like you speak from experience.
Yes, and I live with that weakness still. I have learned to shield myself from such edged thoughts, strip them away, and to tell a clearer picture of the child.
So, you shaped their thoughts, made the readings true.
This is my calling, to show them the life I see before them, and even greater, make them believe it.
That is not what a watcher does. We do not shape minds, we see them as they are.
Even the most strongly worded tells may not be enough to save a child and allow it to be born. If I have the strength to strip away the stem of a mother's spite to expose kindness, weave nurturing from disdain and neglect, then that is my calling. And with the weight of Watcher behind my thoughts, these tells gain strength. Strength I never possessed on my own. They believed. And what they believed became the truth. With each child that was set upon that path, the title of Watcher became stronger. You must understand, without such weight upon my words, many lives would have been lost, drowned, cast in the lake beyond the bell. Now the trail to the lake is lost and reclaimed by the forest, as was meant. A Watcher was not there to look over us, but it was a Watcher that saved them. And with a Watcher's strength, children were born, were cared for, and grew strong.
I see.
What use is a frightened will when a spirit is at stake? Would you let the fears of a mother end her newborn's life? You felt it in the memory, the weight of it, the importance of the child's life. It was a memory we shared.
The memory. It's not the truth, is it? And suddenly there is a rasping cry across your conscience. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes drape from them, yet they make no sound as she moves.
A greater good was done, and children were saved. It is a choice you may be forced to make one day, and when faced with it, you will make the same one.
When that happens, I'll be making my own choice.
This choice is not yours to make, Watcher. You will do as the world needs, as its children need. It is greater than you and your twist of sight.
I heard the name Watcher in your thoughts when you remembered the birthing bell. Why?
It is because I once believed I was one, and others believed I was one.
There is a slow chill, and for a moment it seems as if she is going to fade from your vision. There is another name for someone with your abilities. I see the word cipher in your mind, and see its meaning. Although I did not train for such things, the title feels more of a cloak the world casts on me and judges me for. It is curious how a title such as that can define one, and at times be the source of such emotions that come from no one, but the voices of others. It is a curse of the world. Why did you believe you were a Watcher? The world... Alright, we've seen this. Do you know anything about Watchers? I feel that they were once marked, hated. Such hate feels dimmed now. I can feel it. Other hatreds have risen for other titles. But they burned bright in the past. Now hates have shifted focus, and they may fall in the same again. Either you or me. I wanted to know more about you.
And I you. In asking, we reveal ourselves to each other.
Why are you called the Grieving Mother? The earth seems to go still for a moment, and the time stretches as it did before when the two of you first met. There is a wash of uncertainty from her mind, as slowly shaping into questions that swirl and do not coalesce. She does not move. She seems paralyzed, as if you have just wrapped her in a cold blanket.
That is a question for you, not I. That is not my name, although if you wish to hang the title on me, I cannot stop you. Is that what you see when your eyes fall upon me?
So, I named you? As a watcher, you may see what I do not, or your mind shapes the thoughts I project into a new meaning. There is truth in that title, but it is not all I am. So what do you grieve then? You must have felt it, seen it. It has as many names as the pain it has caused. As the words take shape, they seem to tumble from her, and the wave is great, rushing into your mind. To your surprise, you feel as if you've been touched by the Beowalk again, and behind it, cutting through the torrents like a knife, are the thoughts of the grieving mother. There is a wound cut across the belly of the world, a jagged knife that has stripped the stems from men and carved furrows across the wombs of women. There is much I have forgotten, but I can feel the wound all around me. It will not let me rest, not let me be. The children have gone silent, yet their voices may be heard again. Are you speaking of the Hollowborn? The word. There is a slowness of thoughts, as if the word is being weighed. Accept it. It doesn't feel natural to her, you can sense it. Was once unknown to me, as was much of what unfolded in the outside world. When the curse came upon us, I thought it a smaller thing, a thing of communities and hearts. Her thoughts seemed to stumble, as if on weak legs. It was only when I walked did I feel it stretching out around me, in all the cracks of the world. Children have been cursed. I do not think it was something they caused, nor something deserved. That which is inside them has been torn away. I do not know how, but this wound must be stitched closed. The world bleeds forth from between a woman's legs. If this blood is not stemmed, the world will die and grow quiet. Do you know its cause? There is a desperation, a welling fear. You can almost feel her thoughts shivering, and you realize she is as lost as you are on the matter. And then a sudden, sharp clarity. I shall know it. Through you. Your eyes will track the cause, find the path, and I will be beside you. There is no wound that cannot be healed, and if you are truly a watcher, then this wound may be seen for what it is. You saw me where I hid. Whoever's hands have stilled the world, you shall see them too. What if sealing the wound causes more damage? I will be there, and you will do what must be done. You were given your sight so that you may watch the world, and you will tend it. The children shall have their voice again. If your will is weak, then I shall strengthen it. Lean upon me. You feel a weight in her words, as if her hands are on your shoulders. You feel the questions in your mind lose their edge and become merely words. As I lean upon you, you shall be my eyes, and I shall be your hands when the time comes. What do you think of Deerwood and the Empire? Those titles are markings on a map and channel people's minds in violent directions. Such things are a threadbare blanket cast over the world, where men and women seek more importance than simply being. How do you see the world, then? The world is a field of souls, tilled by Barat's wheel. The thought of cultures and territories do not concern me. The sowing and harvest of the field does. Barat's wheel has slowed, perhaps stopped altogether. Whatever words, titles, laws, and blades not devoted to carving away the harm, or healing that wound, hold little importance to me. Well, that was a lore dump. Whew, that's a lot to take in. So, just as a reminder to myself, what was my goal of heading out there? Alrighty, off we go. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let whatever shenanigans occur here be the last thing I see to.
Sure.
Stop there. Where do you think you're going?
One of the guards takes a step forward. She looks you up and down with a sneer.
This area is under the control of the Torn Bannerman. Anyone else wanders in, they're not leaving again.
What's going on here?
For starters, I've got orders to put a sword through your gut if you don't turn around and run back home.
Let me pass. I'm the Lord of Cadnua.
Cadnua's a fine keep. You ought to get on back, Lordling, and wait until we pay you a visit.
I'll be on my way then.
Thought so. Move along or I'll be forced to run you through.
Bubbles rise from the depths of a murky, sludgy stew. The few bones in the pot have been picked clean, and they float amid swirling globules of grease. Oh, that's fun. I don't like the tone of that mercenary. I kind of want to just barrel through. I kind of want to just barrel through guns blazing.
You had your chance.
Well, I guess we're going guns blazing then.
Be on seat.
I wish.
Am I still on? Yeah, I'm still on per rest abilities. Let's fix that. Oh geez, I didn't realize how much damage I was taking. Care to knock this guy over? Alright, we need some single target for these guys. Ah, Grieving Mother's down. Just what I needed.
Can't get a good shot.
Oh, this is a lot more. This is a lot bloodier than I expected it to be. Knock him over.
I'll teach you.
Are you just gonna circle around? Is my character just gonna circle around indefinitely? Oh, you were targeting me. That's why you weren't attacking back. I'm already regretting not having a healer in the party again.
Sure.
Some fine equipment they've got.
Sure.
A drunken Orlin.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
A sleeping Orlin lies atop a filthy bedroll several paces from you, snoring loudly. A large key rests atop his chest, tied to a leather thong around his neck. His left hand loosely holds an empty tankard. The Orlin's heavily scarred chest rises and falls with loud, uneven snoring. He mutters in his sleep. Short, pretty one. How much for her? Oh, what will this buy? The Orlin's voice drifts off as he continues to snore. Suddenly he stirs, his eyelids tightening. No, not the Amawa, no! The Orlin curls into a ball and rocks, but does not wake. Adair edges toward the sleeping Orlin. Suddenly Adair steps on a twig. A loud crack splits the air. The Orlin sits up, his eyes shifting back and forth under his half-closed lids. His gaze settles upon Adair's shadowy figure, crouched beneath the waning moon. One more round with the Amawa, please. The Orlan smacks his lips as if tasting an unfamiliar food. Lowering himself back on the bedroll, he rolls onto his side, cradling the empty mug like a child's doll. Within a few heartbeats, his snoring returns, but with a steady rhythm that reminds you of a purring cat. As Adair begins to remove the key, the leather thong catches on one of the Orlan's many earrings. Okay, that was the wrong move. Got a little too greedy, it seems like. And looking at how durable these guys were. Oh, man. Am I ready to take these guys on? I mean, Guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out.
Sure.
Oh shoot, the quick save was... Well, that's not good. Alright, let's toggle these off first. Wait, that drunken Orlan got into range of us? How'd that happen? Also, Aloth has taken way too many hits. Yeah, I'm gonna need to want to bring Durance to this, aren't I? Ah, jeez. I did not expect them to deal this much damage to me. These guys are tough. These guys are ridiculously tough. Did not expect this strong... Well, I did not expect such strong resistance.
You had your chance.
Jeez! You're gonna have to work a little harder than that. Maybe I should have her rest abilities turned on if they're gonna be this dangerous. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep her rest abilities on. These guys are dangerous.
Let's have it!
Knock him down.
Leave it to me!
Fight on, my friend!
Yes? Lavaru, beyond the word and rock!
Please help me here!
Let's have it! Lavaru, beyond secret!
Jeez.
Following your lead.
Hey there.
That was bloody.
Sure. Sure.
That was real bloody. Oh crap, I don't think we can take all those guys on. Yeah, taking all these guys on at once doesn't look like it'll work out. Wow. If a dare's going down, oh jeez. Can barely tell what's going on with all the chaos.
Why don't we take a break?
Yeah, I'm not winning that. Jeez! But why would they immediately attack on sight?
Hey there.
That's what I don't get. Is it just because cover of night? Alright, who among us has the best stealth stat? Grieving Mother, huh? Alright, Grieving Mother it is. Grieving Mother carefully removes the leather thong from the Gorlin's neck.
Yeah?
Camping supplies. I didn't grab any camping supplies before I left. Yeah, I'm not winning that. I'm not winning that at all. I guess I can use the camping supplies as an opportunity to rest, see if I can take another crack at these guys, but looking at how dangerous these enemies are, I don't think I can, well, I feel like I need a substantial change in tactics if I'm going to take them on properly, let me put it that way.
Hey there. Yeah?
Oh hey, nice. This is finished. That's us. Let's go with this.
Sure.
Missionary Pyromancer.
Intruders!
Jeez, these guys are hurting.
Can't be a good shot with us.
Should have killed this Orlin when we had the chance. hell is this guy? That one drunk Orlin just one-shot my entire party. What the hell am I watching? Oh man. I'm not gonna get through this quest today, am I?
Sure.
Probably not. Well, that didn't work. Maybe I can just ignore the drunk Orlin? Unlikely. Would it be worth trying to do a different quest if I'm having this much trouble?
Sure.
Well, let's try approaching a different group of nonsense. Let's try approaching a different bit of nonsense.
Yeah! Love.
Jesus! Yeah, I'm not winning this. Not with my current arrangement. We're getting out of here. Crap! Okay, so... Cadnua's being incredibly difficult. Crackhold Bluffs are being incredibly difficult. I don't want to end after being stonewalled in two different directions, but
Hey there.
But I'm reaching the end of my night. What to do? Suppose. What would make sense to work on instead, if not this? Heck. Yeah, I think we're... Well, let's head back to Cadnua and report our findings to the steward. Maybe she'll have something to say about it. In worst case scenario, I can always swap Canna out for Durance. See if I can get a little bit more healing, although...
Sure.
The stones and the spirits in this place have begun to heal.
Although the problem you run into there is that... Oh man, there's just... so much to worry about. I mean, with the sheer amount of damage they dealt to me, I don't know if I'm able to even take that on. I feel like I'd have to do something drastic at this point. I hope I didn't just create a much worse situation for myself. Alright, nothing. Alright, you've got no opinion? Oh boy. At last, I'm glad you're here, my lord. My name is Solmar. I have a matter of some importance to discuss if you have the time. This ought to be good. I'll cut to the meat of it. I have a dozen Orlan slaves imported to Urara. Good, healthy stock that will fetch a fine price in Exotimal if I can get a ship up the coast. That's the tricky part. I haven't got the coin to stock a ship for the whole journey. Not without docking at a Deerwood port along the way and running the risk of having my goods seized. Really, these Deerwood laws are completely impractical for any honest merchant traveling outside of Defiance Bay. I hope you could be of some assistance. You're not originally from the Deerwood I'm here, so surely you understand. How do I want to play this? Should have quick save before coming in here. I think you should continue up the coast. Continue as before? That seems unwise, I'm afraid. We'll take care to avoid foul weather, but we can do little about any meddling officials at the port. Yeah, I'm not getting involved with this. Actually, sell them to me. I'll take them off your hands. What is your plan to do with these Orlans? Free them. It is our great fortune that a kind soul sits upon the throne, with it more followed in your stead.
Hey there.
Alrighty then. Alright, so I'm getting stonewalled for those, and I don't have a clear path forward.
Better indeed.
What would make the most sense? Who to send as escort? Let's just send you.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Problem is, I'd want Canna in my party if I'm gonna be investigating whatever they're up to.
I will wait in the place of your strength.
Yeah, that should be fine. So, I guess in that case... Remind me, real quick, where is the... There are a couple of tasks I think I can do, right? Get a Dragonate from Deerford Crossing.
Hey there.
I don't think I've done that yet. Let's try that. Then while I'm there, I can see to the nonsense that the Leaden Key are up to. Oh boy. This ought to go well. So there's still plenty that I can explore, potentially, up this way, in order to get those worm eggs. Because that seems to be the only thing that I forgot to worry about while I was here. It looks like I can move up this direction.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay.
Hey there.
Huh. Dead worms. Those aren't dead. I didn't buy any camping supplies again.
Yeah? Hey there.
Okay. if you're gonna keep being like this, I'm gonna take. I better take Sunless Grasp off your hands, because I can't have you wandering up to the front of the party, front of the line, consistently. Dead Adventurer. Yeah, I need to change. Yeah, I need to change up Balow's spells. That's a bad idea to have on there. There. I don't want you to have that kind of short-range spell. Actually, you know what? Let's just look through your grimoire in general. Second level. $6 meters? Okay, I can live with that. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Oh, this looks fun. A man turns to face you, wiping blood from his estoc. His knit brow betrays a moment of confusion, but as he watches you, a slow, confident smile creeps over his face. The Iron Beard does not meet many travelers this far from the road. What would they be doing out here? An elven man cocks his head at the other. Probably after that dragon egg, same as us, boss. A dwarf curses and spits into the grass. It's a rhetorical question, you dimwit. He tightens his grip. Everyone knows the roads between the villages are crawling with brigands. They're obviously bandits, same as us. Why would you want a dragon egg? To sell it, of course. If I wanted to eat it, I would have grabbed some pigs from that farm in Deerford, too. Let's make a deal. You walk... Actually, what do you know about dragon eggs? They're round and large, and they come from dragons and drakes. What else is there to know? Only the Actually, plenty, which is why you shouldn't go disturbing their nests. I appreciate the warning, but I think I'll take my chances. It's a good thing there's a giant egg nearby. Nothing stirs up my appetite like looting corpses. That doesn't sound good for us. For once, Ralph, I think you've got the right idea. Yeah, you walk away from this. Where are you cowards going? He watches Ralph and Norgal flee with mountaining dismay. He looks back at you. First things first. Oh, that's a potent spell. Probably could have dealt with all of them if I really wanted to, but you know what?
Hey there.
And there it is.
Yeah?
And there's the egg. The cliff face is blackened and melted like candle wax. There's a small outcropping overhead with what appears to be a crude nest. It looks like a challenging climb. You toss the grappling hook over the ledge, holding the attached rope with one hand. The hook lands with a satisfying clang, and you secure the line with a firm tug. You take another look at the cliff. There may be only space for one person at the top. The rope makes for a quick ascent. You climb to the nest in the cliff with ease. The nest is surrounded by glowing embers. Twigs and bones litter the area. An egg the size of a small keg is nested among the detritus. It looks heavy and awkward to carry. Tie a rope around the egg. You lower the egg with slow, steady motions. Once the prize has reached the bottom and settled into the dirt, you safely climb down the cliff.
Yeah?
That was simple. Why do I get the feeling we're about to be mauled? Oh geez, that's a bad time to split. Man, they really do not like Sagani.
Let's end this! Following your force and more!
Dead on! I'll teach.
That was simple enough. Force lurkers. Oh dear, that's a lot of them. Aloth, fireball. Okay, you guys are starting to hurt.
After an each.
Would you like to actually help these silly skeletons? Oh, I didn't set Durance to auto cast, did I? Yeah, I am clearly not playing well tonight. I should probably stop after this.
You're not getting through me. Hey.
Just like an adherent to go down fast.
Care to do something, Adair?
You're not getting through me. Leave it to me.
Oh, is Adair stuck? Is that the problem? Oh, jeez. That's a wind blight. Yeah, I'm playing like trash. I am playing like absolute trash. Okay, yep. You need to stop after this. You're gonna be more careful with this battle, and then you're gonna stop. Yeah, I am playing like total trash. Clearly, I have been awake for too long. And going at this for too long that I'm getting impatient. So, that in mind.
Hey there.
Hey. Lava.
Can't get a good shot at this.
Lava. Beyond. Lava. Beyond sea.
Most of them were immune to that shot.
After an each.
Can't get a good shot.
Leave it to me.
Well, that was annoying.
Following your lead.
Hey there.
Okay, so, that in mind.
So, last thing we'll do is we'll head back to town, rest, buy some camping supplies, and then after all that, I'm going to bed. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. A productive day, perhaps, but still a long day. Alright, let's go turn in the Dragon Egg quest. Where is the turn in for that? Over here? Yes.
Good day, stranger.
I found the Dragon Egg. Hylia's feathered tits! She clasped her hands together, wincing at the pain. I knew you could help. How'd you manage it? I found the nest you spoke of. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her then. She cradles the egg with her good arm. Amazing, not a single crack. She runs her bandaged hand along the shell. She hefts the egg into the back of her wagon and rummages among her shells. Here, take this. She drops a sack of coins and a parcel of ingredients into your hands. Everything you need to buy a good, strong pick-me-up. Should come in handy with the kind of scrapes you seem to get into. And come see me anytime you need potions or ingredients, alright? I got a special price for friends. Alrighty. Another one down. Now, we'll rest, buy camping supplies, call it a night. And then we will set off to see what nonsense awaits us there, and given that I keep getting stonewalled elsewhere...
Greetings.
Since I keep getting stonewalled elsewhere, I think the best thing I could probably do would be to just continue the main story and then head to White March, deal with everything else when I get back. Chapel construction complete, eh? Nice. What to work on next? Security seems good, so... I don't know if that'll have any direct benefit, but... Let's repair the library. Alrighty, that will be where we call it. I'll just set our starting position to right before we head into the ruins, and then the real fun is going to begin. That's going to be an interesting one, seeing how that all plays out. Because there's all sorts of insanity that could occur depending on how things shake out. And because of that... Actually, given that I can head straight there, I guess this will be my initial starting point. Okay, we'll make the save here. Okay. That was not as productive as I would have hoped when it comes to getting quest lines done, but you know what? At this point, I think what the game is trying to tell me is either A, progress with the main story, or B, carry on with, well, or B, start the White March DLC. So I'm gonna carry on the main story before Act 3 starts up, and then we'll see to the White March. Here's hoping it turns out alright. So, until then, thank you all for watching,